There you are. Okay. I had to pop you out. Cool. Excellent. All right. So, first of all, thanks for showing up on short notice. I just got back in town. We got through a vacation last week somehow. They were closing the hotels down and everything, but I'm back and I was catching up on everything this morning in the office: emails, student questions, people in my community. No, Hector, I'm not wearing a blazer today. Um, But man, it is insane right now what's going on. Let me know in the chat if you actually have an online business right now, and let me know in one sentence, how is your online business holding up? What we're going to talk about in this video is I'm going to break down what I think the number one thing you should be doing for your online business to help it survive these economic times. I'll teach for a little bit. I'm happy to answer some questions towards the end as well. And if you don't already have an online business and you're just stumbling across this, I want to give you something for free. I have a free training. It's a passive income workshop. The link is below the video where I share the 4 steps to creating $1,000 a month of passive income, even if you only have 30 minutes a day. But here's the thing: many of you have way more time on your hands than ever before for probably bad reasons. And so, if you haven't started an online business yet, I've been talking about this for years, but if you haven't, please start one now. This is the best time. Like, you need to start one, especially if you lost a job. And if you have nothing but time on your hands, start one now. This workshop is free. It's about 45 minutes. It is hard teaching. It'll help you, and it's going to give you what you need so you don't have to just sit around and watch Netflix for a month and hope that you have a job when you get back, or hope that things pick up. You have some control over the future. This isn't a fast process, but it's certainly the groundwork you need to lay to start an online business. The link's below, or just go to grahamcochrane.com/workshop. Hector says, I'm building an online business now because I had to close my live business. Michael says, yes, but natural lead generation is dried up. Beyond the guitar, my man, holding up fine now, anticipating a downtick once incomes become tighter for everybody else. Rich, my man, is here. Graham, I have an online business, as you know. We just got my wife's Kajabi page built for her yoga courses. Excellent. Aiko, some of my 6-figure coaching community members are here. I love it. Ryan Coral is here. Gee, Funky, what are you talking about? All right, so let me pull up my notes here. Here's the thing. Like, I've been wanting to talk about this all last week, but I was on vacation and I don't work on vacation. So I was sitting, enjoying some time with the family, but thinking about and looking at the news and seeing what's happening. And there's a lot of things we could talk about. And if you like this, I'm going to do more live streams during these few weeks as things are crazy. But today I want to talk to the online business owner specifically, because some of you might have seen sales go down. Some of you might have seen someone said here that traffic is drying up, lead generation is drying up. Um, some of you have asked me questions like, should I be promoting right now? Should I be selling right now? There's a lot of questions. And no matter what's happening right now, you're probably thinking, how do I survive this long term? Right? Like, we will get through this. Like, this will pass. Like, this is going to end at some point. But then there will be economic repercussions for a long time. It's going to take a long time for our entire economies to build back. But for you in particular, when you think long term, if you can, how are you going to ensure that your income stream, your online business, survives? Okay, so today is going to be very simple. I think there's a lot of things we could talk about, tactical things, financial things. But today, let's just talk about the most important thing you could be doing and should be doing right now. The most powerful thing you could be doing to make sure your online business survives. And I can sum it up in 2 words. You ready for it? Show up. Show up. I want you to show up online more now than you ever have before. Okay. I don't know what your content rhythm has been. Maybe you're a once a week video. Maybe you are, daily emails. Maybe you are a once a week podcast, whatever it is, more. Okay. And it's not just content. Let me explain what I mean. Here's the psychology behind show up, and then we'll break it down practically. Right now, people are freaked out. And right now, people are scared, right? Right now, people are sitting at home, whether they want to or not, right? Right now, people have more time on their hands, and they're using that time to watch the news in panic or buy up all the toilet paper on planet Earth and hoard it, which makes no sense. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they have brain space that's empty and they're filling it with negativity. They have, and maybe you have them as well, legitimate concerns and fears for your own family and your well being. You have legitimate concerns or fears about your retirement account or your real estate. Maybe you're hoping to sell a house and now you're seeing that maybe real estate prices will go down, or you're just afraid because of fear is contagious, and just fear makes you fearful for no real reason. Even if it doesn't affect you personally, it can like overwhelm you and suffocate you, right? That's what they're filling their brains with. You have the greatest opportunity, probably since 2008, 2009, probably the greatest opportunity now moving forward to build credibility and trust and authority with your audience. How do you do that? Show up. Don't hide. Don't be scared yourself and just hide. Don't overthink this. Just show up in your audience's world so that they can hear from you more, so that your voice can be one of the voices in their heads, so that you have an opportunity to speak positivity into their lives. And it's not just that you have to talk about COVID-19 or the economics or world situation. You could talk about your specific topic, right? So in the music world, in the recording revolution world, because I still have that brand going, we're talking about music. I have a video going up later this week on like how to work well at home and like make music at home and like structure your time while you're at home so that you can still be productive in your studio. Like, I'm still talking about music. But the point is the people that show up now the most, that are active the most, online the most, are going to build the most credibility, the most trust, the most authority, because people are at home, they're scrolling through Instagram, they're checking their email more often, they're just browsing YouTube more often, they're finally catching up on podcasts. Why don't you show up there as well when your competitors won't, right? You have an opportunity to swoop in this void and say, hey, I care about you. I want to help you. And this can look like a lot of different things. Okay. Is this making sense? It looks like it is in the chat. People saying absolutely, connect, show up. Yes. Loud and clear. Okay, cool. Here's a couple of ways this can look like, right? Number one, dive in now more than ever with more relevant content. So for example, if you're a one video a week gal, or if you're a one podcast a week guy, or if you're a one, blog post a week brand, why not become two of those or three of those? Why not create additional relevant content? The content that you had spread out for the rest of the year, why don't you do that in the next few months? Why don't you just be prolific during this season, especially if you have more time on your hands, right? Than you ever had before? More time to sit around. Like, don't watch the news, create more content. Don't just consume more, produce more if you have more time, because many of you, and I know this for a fact, have more time than you ever had like 2 weeks ago. Like, overnight, you have extra time. This is the best thing you could do to A, build a credibility and authority, and B, if you're creating content that lives on forever, YouTube videos, podcast episodes, blog posts, this is going to only enhance your evergreen reach, your organic reach. It's only going to help you years down the road. Again, we don't want to think just short term, like, what do I got to do now to survive now? Yeah, we got to do some things now, and we'll talk about some of those in upcoming videos, but we got to do what's best for our business for the next decade, right? You don't want to just make money now, although I know that's your immediate goal and priority. How can you do something now that both helps you now and a year from now when this is all over? And it will be, right? When people go back to their normal lives in 6 to 12 months or whenever it is, how can you benefit from work now that will benefit you then? Doing videos now, doing podcasts now on relevant topics for your niche or your content and topic, whatever it is, that will help you long term. That will help you a year from now. When people are typing in those search terms, right? It's going to help you then. Okay, so dive in now with more content that's relevant than ever before. 2, engage with your people more than ever in the comments and on social media. So if your content, I want you to produce more than ever. I want you to then engage more than ever. So if people leave a comment on your blog post, or if people email you, right? Or if people leave a comment on your YouTube video, or people send you a DM on social, however you get feedback from your people, I want you to engage more than ever. I am a big fan of efficiency, and I literally block out time to do this kind of engagement. And I'm pretty much minimum effective dose typically because I'm managing 2 brands. I have a family, and I don't like to be in the office that much. I like to have a lot more time to do other things. But even me, I have probably more time than ever before to dive in and engage even more with YouTube comments or emails or things like that. This is an opportunity for you to show up there to show that you're real, that you care, but also for you to learn what your audience wants more of. It's going to be a great opportunity. All the research, the audience research that you've been putting off, you're like, oh, I don't have time for that. Dude, you have time for it now, right? This is the stuff that's going to help you. So engage with your comments and on social. Number 3, email more frequently. Email your list. And if you don't have an email list, please start building one today. You should have built one 10 years ago, 5 years ago, a year ago, 6 months ago, right? The best time to plant a tree is yesterday, right? Well, the next best time is today, right? 10 years ago is right the best time. The next best time is today. We can't go back in time. So start your email list. And if you have an email list and if you've been tentative to email your people, now is the time to email your people more often. Okay. And what do you email them? Your latest content, your latest thought, your emotions during this time, a conversation you had with a friend that might be helpful to them, a helpful article you saw on your topic, or it could be, related to the news, but whatever your friends in real life who like your topic would find valuable, email that to your list because they are your friends. They like what you like. They trust you, right? People are getting emails more than ever, and it's all negative and it's all scary. So send positive emails, send helpful tips, send helpful strategies, send encouragement, show up in their inbox more than ever. Okay. And number 4, this is important. And I'll clarify this in a second, qualify this statement in a second, I should say. Don't try to sell during this time as much as try to connect. And when I mean connect, I mean content, engaging, and email with the purpose on your content side of things of building your email list, right? The best thing you could do for your future business self is to continue to build an audience. That's always the best thing you could do for your online business, period. But now more than ever, this is a great opportunity for massive audience growth. The way you grow your audience is you put out a ton of amazing, relevant, valuable, free content. You engage with your people and you call them to action. One of those actions could be leaving a comment, sure, but the most valuable action you could call them to for your business is to join your email list. But typically, we don't just say join my email list because that's not enough of an incentive for people. So typically, we want to over deliver by creating a lead magnet. This is a free PDF guide or video training or audio download that is going to teach them something, give them something. It's going to be another amazing piece of free content that's exclusive that they can only get if they opt into your email list. This is how you build your email list, and now's the time to do it. This is the time for audience building and brand building more than it is for selling specifically. Now, let me qualify that. There is nothing wrong with selling right now. Okay? Does your grocery store feel bad that it's selling you food right now or toilet paper if they have it? No. Does your local gas station feel bad for selling you petroleum for your car? No. Does your hospital feel bad for selling you treatment or medication? No. You should never feel bad for selling if what you sell is legal and beneficial and good. So it's not that I'm saying you shouldn't be selling anything during this time. Now, we're probably going to have to talk about this on another video in depth in terms of like how selling and buying habits are changing when recessions loom and people lose their jobs, right? Their financial Their financial habits change, right? So we'll have to talk about that more in depth. But there's nothing wrong with you selling. All I'm saying is, I think the biggest thing you could be getting instead of just money during the season is building your audience, is brand building. So if you can sustain financially through your business, through other means or whatever, if you can hunker down and make it through financially, and it's fine if you're selling stuff too. Heck, I'm promoting a course this week, but if you could see the gold mine that you really are on is audience building and building credibility, trust, and authority right now, this will be the best 6 to 8 weeks of your business's life because you can show up in a way that you've never showed up before. And you can build engagement with people that the way you've never built engagement before. And it doesn't have to be that you grow a massive audience in the next 8 weeks. That's not what I'm saying. I want you to grow a very loyal audience, right? You could have a super engaged, small but loyal audience that will buy anything from you. That's more valuable than a massive following that doesn't really care for your stuff. Make sense? So, as you're engaging, here's the great news related to selling. And then I'll jump into some questions in a minute. Here's the great news. If you're creating free content and engaging with your audience more than ever, ask them what they need help with. Ask them what their biggest frustration or fear is right now. Ask them how you could make their lives better. Maybe you could offer a paid workshop, a paid live training, or a paid mini course that you could whip together in the next 2 weeks that's actually helpful to your people. You might learn more about your people now than you ever have before of what you could offer them paid and free that they would really, really benefit from. So I'm going to sum this up. I want to go to some questions. I want to be able to answer some of your questions and help you out for a few minutes. Um, I'm going to, again, point you to my lead magnet, all right? In case you haven't watched it already, my passive income workshop. Look, I I built my online business during the last recession. Is the best thing I could have spent my time doing. There were no jobs. I couldn't get a job, so I started an online business. I didn't know what I was doing. This recession that's coming, if it hasn't already happened, this recession that's coming is going to make so many more millionaires and so many more successful online businesses. Like if you don't have an online business, this is the perfect time to start. Not the worst time to start, the perfect time to start. Everybody's at home online right now. That's where you should be, helping them for free, building your email list, creating digital products. I map all this out in my workshop. The link is in the description below. Just go to grahamcochrane.com/workshop. This couldn't be more timely. Like this material is so helpful, but it's super important right now if you haven't already started another income stream. The goal of this workshop is to teach you how to create $1,000 a month recurring passive income on the side. So even if you have a service-based business or a day job, or you're still doing something else, you could build this on the side. It's really, really helpful stuff. I want you to go watch it for free and then implement it now. Build your online business now while we're in the beginning of this recession. Build that credibility because here's the summation of this video is this is the time to show up. That's how your business survives. That's how your business survives. Show up by creating more content than ever, engage more than ever, send more emails than ever. Just connect and build your audience more than ever. You will learn a ton and you will set your business up for success long term. You'll probably make more money too in the short term, but really, I want you to think about the 12 months from now, 18 months from now. Show up. Like, I can't even think of how many people are in both of my online business spaces right now. And I only see a couple of us really starting to show up. Like I'm so surprised. There's a few people in the online business space that have started to show up in my inbox in really creative ways. I'm like, dude, way to go. They are capitalizing on this moment. They're not selling anything necessarily. They're just showing up and adding value for free, which makes you go, man, I trust this person. Why shouldn't that person be you? Why shouldn't you be showing up and them trusting you and your audience trusting you, these people that don't know you yet trusting you because they found you more on YouTube over the next month than your competitor. All right, questions. Sergio says, is it okay to create content that's quite different to my usual content? For example, focus on health rather than brand building. Sergio, absolutely. You can talk about whatever you want, but I would just say try to tie it back into your topic, right? In some way, shape, or form. And sometimes it's easier said than others. Try to tie it back in if you can. But be honest. If you're going to go in a totally different direction, be honest and say, hey, This is something that's important to me right now, not normally on topic. I'm just gonna go off topic a little bit today, and then gauge the response from your people and see what they say. See if you get a favorable response, and then you can sort of maybe mix those off topic videos in with your regularly scheduled programming. Ryan Coral, show up so you can blow up. Dude, that's what I should have titled this video. Hector says, it's what I've been thinking very much about direct contact with people, but since now meeting them is impossible in online business, it makes perfect sense to me, and I have extra time to do it. There you go. Brian says, I wish some of these people would go away. They're bugging you too much. Mariana says, should I create lower price products? Mariana, that's a really good question. I think two things are going to do really well during this recession. One is lower price products. So maybe a mini course. Maybe if you have an online course, you pull out some content from your course and you package it into a mini course. Maybe you add a couple extra videos or something, bookend it with something, but maybe it teaches one smaller specific thing, lower priced, promote it, see if it does well, and then you can try to upsell all the people that bought it if they enjoyed it up to the full price course at some point and give them a discount or something like that. But I think low price products can do well during this season. But you know what will do really well also is free stuff in exchange for an email. So additional free guides or do some live workshops or something like that. Some live trainings that would be free, maybe a free mini course that you give away in exchange for growing your email list. So there's different currencies, right? Money is one, email list is another currency that helps you make more of the other, right? So you can make money now, or you can get the email address to make money in perpetuity. So both can be good, but we'll talk about that probably more in depth in another video. Project Leader Academy says, what if my topic was for corporations only? It depends on who your audience was. Is it the owners of those corporations, the managers, the employees of those corporations? Whoever the actual person was, what are they freaking out about now? What do they need help with now? So maybe you pivot a little bit and try to help them in this next season. One Life Church. We're ramping up at the church. Got to connect to sustain. That's awesome. Yeah, exactly. If you have a nonprofit or you're a church, like this is the opportunity to connect with more people than ever before. Aiko, she's one of my six-figure coaching community students. I'm doing a free pop-up Facebook group for my lead magnets for 7 days. Today's day 3. I'd like to offer a paid course in the end. Which day should I start talking about my paid course? Talk about it on day 6 that you're going to open it up on day 7. That's what I would do. So just do free stuff for the first 5 days. And then on the second to last day, say, hey, do something free, but say, hey, tomorrow I'm going to open up my course. It's going to be awesome. Here's what's going to help you do. Check it out. Brian says, while I'm no Graham Cochrane, I know more than most about how to shoot videos. Why not offer to collaborate with someone who's struggling with this sudden transition? Yeah. Are you asking me to collaborate? Or are you saying you should collaborate or people should collaborate with you? Beyond the guitar, I've been thinking about starting a podcast in addition to my videos for a while now. I'm feeling like I should prioritize it now as a way to show up for my audience. Our podcast doing well so far in the season? Yes, and yes. People have more time than ever to listen to a podcast. And if you've never done one before, try it. Your audience will probably love it. You've already got the equipment to record it. So I would try it, man. And you don't have to commit to anything long term. Look, here's the thing with any of this. You don't have to commit to any of this long term. Just say, dude, I want to just help you out with more stuff right now. Even with the podcast, just do it for as many episodes as you want, right? And see if you're getting engagement. You're not locked into anything or any new rhythm forever. This is just for a season. Just dive in for a season and see what happens. Greg says, is this a good time to run some ads on Facebook or Instagram to connect to lead magnets? Probably, because they're probably cheaper right now. And that's if I were going to run an ad, that's what I'd run an ad to, is to a free lead magnet for email list growth. Patricia says, Graham, I love your energy. I struggle with the technical side of things because I am a healer, people person, distance energy healing work. They don't seem even to value it. Yeah, Patricia, I don't know exactly what you do, or like what that fleshes out to look like exactly, but if you know what has helped people in the past, I'm sure there are things you can talk about online. It may not be as good as in person, but I'm sure you can talk about some of the baby steps to healing that would help people, mindsets, things they can do, whether it's physical things. Talk about the pain points and talk about what solutions you found that have worked for people. Andromeda Coast Music. What if your content typically takes longer to create, like music, but I want to start releasing more content? Should I just release more song clips? Or do I need to think more outside of the box? So, content for you as a musician can mean live stream some covers, live stream some songs that are in the demo stage. You don't have to have finished, polished recordings. That's not the only content you have, right? Um, Patricia says, Graham, can you mention some of the platforms you use, especially for live streaming? Dude, this YouTube Live is amazing for live streaming. It's probably my favorite because it's free, it's easy, and it creates evergreen, searchable YouTube content. Um, it's probably the best platform for it because it's completely free. Other things are if you want to do like one-on-one with people, Zoom is great and that's free up to a certain number of people. You can do for like one-on-one coaching calls or things like that. Facebook Live is great and super easy. It's just not everyone's on Facebook, but if your audience is on Facebook and you're on Facebook, it's a great tool as well. Um, Zero Debt Coach, one of my students, Brad, he's doing Facebook Live to help people with crisis financial planning and budgeting. Love it. That's a great example. Brad is showing up for his people, doing lives to help them with their finances right now. He's a money coach. That's what he does. So that makes total sense for him. It's actually prime time for Brad to really grow in this season to build trust and grow his audience. That's great. I love it. Kelly says, do you think hobbyists like the musician market will continue to buy online courses at the rate they were buying prior to COVID? Um, that is to be determined. We'll see. So my brand, Recording Revolution, for sure, the first few weeks of March have been lower, right? I think everyone's just pumped the brakes on what's going on right now, and they're not really buying as much right now. But the last few days, I've seen it pick back up. I'm doing a big open cart promotion this week, so I'll know more at the end of this week how my audience is doing, how my list is doing. But I think once things settle down a bit, I think you're gonna have so many people online with more free time that the people who have money are still gonna spend money, and I think they're gonna buy more courses than ever. So I think you'll see a bit of both. Um, but obviously, a lot of people are losing their incomes right now, so it's a tricky time. People are focusing more on necessities, but it just depends on who you talk to. Not everyone is being affected the same way. All right, let's see. Project Leader said, "Do you do Facebook Live as well or only YouTube?" I prefer YouTube because I have a bigger audience on YouTube and because it's searchable and sticks around, right? Like this video is going to stick around forever. On Facebook, it disappears. It's not searchable. So if I had to pick one, I would pick YouTube, but I already have a YouTube channel. If you already have a big Facebook following, just do it on Facebook. It's easy. Fine Art by Matt Faleo says more of my subscribers are emailing me back now. So I think that's a good signal that we can engage. People are wanting to learn how to paint now that they are at home. So that's a great example, right? People are at home. People are going to be bored. So hobbyists more than ever want to learn. Now, I don't know if they're going to have money to spend on a course. Some people will, some people won't. That means that you should probably still sell, but you should probably still deliver a lot of free content. Give both. And that example, what Matt's saying is people are online more than ever. They have more time to engage. So this is a great opportunity to ask for feedback, ask for how you can help people. The simplest thing you could do is send an email to your list, post on social, and just say, hey, how can I help you right now? That's pretty open-ended. If it's an email, hey, thinking about you during this season, creating some awesome content, but just want to know how can I best help you right now? Reply back and just see what people say. Learn a lot about your audience. Patricia says, do I need a tool like Twitch on YouTube or just go to YouTube? Just go to YouTube. This is just, I'm on YouTube. I'm not on any platform. I just went to my YouTube channel, said, go live. I want to do a live video instead of uploading a video. Super easy. You just need a webcam and a microphone. Good question. Kayla says, favorite tool to create a landing page. Is there a free way to do it that's high quality? Kayla, do you have an email list provider like MailChimp or ConvertKit or anything like that? Because if so, they allow you to make free landing pages. So if you already have those platforms, that's what I would use. I do everything in Kajabi. My One of my websites is still a WordPress site. This website for Graham Cochrane is a Kajabi site, but for both, I do all my landing pages in Kajabi because it's unlimited landing pages. I used to pay for lead pages. Now that I have Kajabi and they do unlimited landing pages, it's completely free. I'm currently on GoDaddy, so you have to have an email list. Um, can GoDaddy create an email list for you? Usually you want an email list provider that like captures email so you can send a one-click broadcast email out to all your email subscribers. Usually GoDaddy doesn't do things like that. That's more of a web host and domain provider. Scott Carr says camera on the Mac good for use as a webcam for YouTube? Absolutely. It's all about getting in front of a window if you can, getting natural light. That's what makes these cameras a lot better is if you can get in front of a window. Yeah. And then Dan says, Graham, your podcasts are great. Always highly recommend it to my entrepreneurial friends. Keep it going. Thank you so much. Hey, let me ask you a question before I go. I want to, very timely with the content of this video, I want to show up even more now than ever for you during this season. I really want to help you with your online business. So leave me a comment if you're watching live and if you're watching after the fact, leave me a comment and let me know if I were to do another video or two or three on what to do for your online business during the season, what should they be about? Let me know what you want me to cover, and I'll try to dive into those topics. And I'm gonna try to go live pretty regularly. So there's just a lot. There's a lot going on right now, and I really want. I want this to be the season that you really thrive, and I want you to look back on this season in a year or two or three and be like, "This was when things really started to pop for me." Whether it's just momentum, email growth, audience growth, clarity on who my audience was, or revenue as well. But more importantly, I want this to be a season you look back on and say, hey, this is when I really got serious and I really turned things around for the long haul. So leave me a comment below and I'll check all of them, even when this is done, and put them in a list and see if I can dive into all of them. Kayla says email funnel, smiley face. Yep. We can definitely talk about that. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for watching. If you're watching the replay after the fact. And again, if you need anything, I'm here. You can always email me, graham@grahamcochrane.com. Please go watch the Passive Income Workshop if you haven't already started your online business. It is the most helpful content I could put together for you. It's straightforward because you need to not just show up, you need to have a way to then funnel it all into an actual business. So I break it all down for you in that workshop, and it's absolutely free. So what else you do? And you got time now to watch it. Have a great rest of your week and day, and I'll be talking to you real soon.